10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to Idiot Blog 454. Today is Metal Monday. I am your host, Idiot Burns, and you are listening to Ant, A-N-T. You can find him at bandlab.com/ANTGUITAR. Ant Guitar. Very cool work here. Metalhead after my own heart. While I'm doing the blog today, I am finishing up the uploading of a track to be able to be eligible for the BandLab contests, which are not yet available for iOS users. But I happen to have a PC. I happen to have an Android device, and so I'm going to try and use one of those two. I think I'm going to use a PC down here to get this whole thing going. Just a little reminder to everybody, no matter where you're watching, this broadcast is in simulcast. It is available at twitch.com and twitch.com and youtube.com/idiotburns, bandlab.com/idiotblog, and facebook.com/Christopher Burns. That's me, your host, Mr. Idiot Burns. Yeah. So as I say that, let me go ahead and double check that we are broadcasting on all the networks we're supposed to be broadcasting onto. I'm going to book on over to facebook.com and go ahead and book on over to youtube.com. It's important that I go over to YouTube for two reasons. To initiate the chat session, which does not always initiate, and to tell YouTube that this video is not made for children. It is not made for children. Nice. This song is called Annihilate Me. Previous song was called Choke. Looks like we're working on Facebook. And we're working on YouTube. I'm going to say chat is alive. Just to try to get the chat working over there on YouTube. I got some stuff I want to talk about today. First, I just want to relax for a few minutes and get brutal with this music here by Ant. Put my Metallica hat on, because why the fuck wouldn't I? Annihilate me, annihilating everything, annihilate me, and let me be free. So fake sounding on the drums, can't help it. I'm a drummer, I can hear that. And I go, my ear goes, no big deal. We all use a fake drum set here and there. It is a thing guitarists do. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But it does sound like that was programmed at Phil. Very cool. Very cool. Annihilate Me. What's the name of that track? Vaccinate. Hell no. Not with a non-vaccine. Let's give you guys a little bit of education here. We'll start this off with, what is the definition of a vaccine? A vaccine is a substance used to stimulate the production of antibodies and provide immunity against one or several diseases. Prepared from the causative agent of a disease, its products or synthetic substitute treated to act as an antigen without inducing the disease. So that's like you take X-rays or chemicals and you use it on the actual disease, the actual replicated disease product, meaning the virus. And you take that virus or whatever it is that's causing a disease, bacteria or virus, however it's spreading, mostly viruses, and you take and you create some sort of way to break down the particles and remnants of that sample to create something that will stimulate the antibodies with what would seem like an antigen but is not an antigen. It's particles of the disease that act as an antigen that make your body recognize the disease and fight it. And it gives you, your body, antibodies. It gives you antibodies. So what happens when you have antibodies? When you have antibodies, you can't get that disease. And that disease would have to evolve, and then you could get different versions of the disease. And if it continues to evolve, you would need to continue to get new, updated vaccines. This COVID relief injection is not a vaccine. In fact, the thing is, it's actually something quite different. What it does is it goes in and it attaches itself, once you're inserted into your bloodstream, it attaches itself to white blood cells and other cells of the immune system found in the blood. And it takes those and makes them appear or manifest coronas on the outside of the cell. On the outside of the cell, those corona shapes are now seen as foreign objects, and your body, it does not develop an antibody to the disease based on antigens or antigen impersonators. In fact, it changes the DNA, RNA, or the instruction set for the white blood cell and other immune cells, making them appear to and manifest these coronas. Then your body recognizes those coronas, and any disease with those coronas, your body will fight it off without having the antibodies. So as the disease evolves and becomes worse and worse, your antibody response does not improve. In fact, you just have the ability to fight the disease based on the shape of the outside of the cell of that disease. And if coronavirus evolves on the outside and becomes much more aggressive in each iteration, but our bodies are fighting it because of the outside staying the same, as it gets more and more aggressive, we do not know about that in a way that we can understand it medically, and it will become a serious problem if we do not develop a virus predicting the evolution of the corona of the virus. Meaning, if that outside shape, instead of being fingers with crowns on the outside, these round little shapes become different shapes molecularly, the entire chemical composition of the outside of those little things sticking up changes, or the way that the virus travels changes and no longer has those coronas, and your body no longer recognizes it as corona, yet it is a coronavirus evolved to be something more complicated. all of a sudden, that will hit all of us just like this virus, and we will be relying on a new coronavirus vaccine, 1 year, 2 years, depending on how long it takes this time. And in that 1 to 2 year period, there could be a disease much, much more aggressive than the original corona that we're experiencing now, whipping its way through society. And none of us have the antibodies or the antigens provided to us. And so therefore, we're not set up to be getting more, our body is not getting used to these small changes of how it affects us. Like we have with the flu, as each time we've gotten the flu getting worse and worse and worse, we've gotten better and better at recognizing it and keeping those symptoms away. Now, all of a sudden, a horrible disease, much worse than the corona, COVID-19, is rampant, and we don't have an anti-vaccine solution, an antivirus solution. So it's pretty concerning. Anybody who thinks it's a vaccine is not quite understanding what's going on. So that's a dangerous lack of foresight. I wish everybody understood that, but not everybody wants to understand that. People want a solution to this virus. They're sick and tired of it. They'll fucking inject bleach just to get it to go away. Okay, something else I wanted to share. A power source I use for pedals. This is a very unusual type of power source. You may recognize this if you're familiar with electronics. But this is a switching power supply. And it takes the ground, live and neutral wires from your wall, 120 volts in on these 3 pegs, screws that you can adjust up and down to attach those wires, and gives you 2 sets of outputs. See this here? Voltage minus and voltage plus, right there. See that? V minus, V minus, V plus, V plus. Then, it's a 12 volt output. If you look right here, it says 12 volt. and tons of amps. 9.5 amps, 8.5 amps. So you could have 100 pedals set up on this and should be working just fine. Or at least 20 pedals, at least. And what this does is you just simply take one of those wires like this, just a wire with two ends of bare metal here, and at this end, one of these. You know these. You use them in all your pedals, right? One of these. Boop, boop, boop. You plug it in. One on one end, two wires on the other. And if you have a pedal that's a plus on the tip, you wire it one way. And if it's minus on the tip, you wire it the opposite way. So you can use this same power supply for a bunch of pedals that are plus on the tip and a couple of pedals that are minus on the tip. Boom. There you go. I've powered like 10 pedals at a time with this. Very convenient, ultra silent, no noise into the thing you're powering up. Unlike transformer-based, non-switching power supplies, those can give you some extreme noise. These are silent. They're invented to be silent. All right, this has saved me. I never left. We are listening to Ant. You can find him at bandlab.com/ANTGUITAR. Ant Guitar. Antiphon, what's going on? Your name is the extended version of this artist we're listening to. So I wanted to share that little tidbit with you. You look up 12-volt switching power supply. You can find them probably 10, 15 bucks, just like you would find any power supply. And they will be a much more versatile tool. And you could even put them in boxes and cages or underneath your pedal board, mounted underneath your pedal board, to give you a discreet look. You could spray paint them black by taking the grate off. There's 4 screws, take the grate off, spray paint it black, and then put the grate back on. They stay cool to the touch. They don't get hot at all. Sometimes maybe just ambient room temperature, basically. They do not require any fans. They have inductors, transformers, capacitors, and other types of digital electronics in here to create a very clean voltage. And right here they have a voltage knob that you can kind of turn if you have a pedal that sounds better at 10 volts. You can kind of juice it down, and if you like a fuzz pedal. And if you have a pedal that sounds better when it's getting a little more than 12 volts, you can juice it up. If you have 9-volt pedals, it still should be just fine. The U.S. government's going to continue to call this a virus because that's going to allow them to... Sorry, this virus... They're going to call this a vaccine. That's going to allow them to fund it because the laws that allow them to fund these types of things in emergency situation allow for them to fund vaccines, but they don't allow for them to fund the types of things they're giving us, which are a lot closer to what you might get in chemotherapy for cancer, where it gives some of your cells a bad reaction that causes the flushing out and destruction of the other elements that you don't want, while also destroying some of the good part of you and modifying maybe permanently, maybe temporarily, parts of your body to create what's similar to an antibody, but not quite the same. It's like an antibody for just the smallest level of recognition for your body. So, wanted to talk on that a little bit. Yeah. Save Me, I Never Left. That's a sweet track. Blog is back, you guys. Got something funny. I got this here for my my guitar that came with a slightly chipped out, slightly damaged nut by the headstock. So I got this part. And the company that makes that or sent that, shipped it to me, sent me this sticker that is actually like a kind of like a elasticy material. I think it's like something you would stick on your guitar, like on the back of your guitar, and put guitar picks in it, maybe, or something like that. It's like a place to store guitar picks. I'm not exactly sure what this is for, but it's kind of cool. This is Unnamed, new track for Sippin', non-forkable. Cool little preview though. Busting out a second device here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My wife's homework notes. That's cool. Very cool work here. Very cool. I'm going to log in on this other laptop into BandLab. My username here, Idiot Birds. Log in. And I'm going to publish this song from there. Solid music, Ant. This is called The Reckoning. Hell yeah. Nice. Very chordy, distorted sounds. I always get real muddy when I do stuff like this. Or I gotta dial back the distortion, which I'm not a big fan of. When I go distorted, I go full bore for the most part. Not something I probably should always be doing. Probably should learn a little better balance. Excuse me, guys. Got a kind of 7-string sound going on there. Maybe he is playing a 7-string or 8-string. See what I mean? Hopping on over my projects on the second computer here. Try and get this going. Very cool. Right now I'm just adding a description to this track. Instrumental track. I'm going to publish it from the laptop so that it will go into the contest. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Name of this track is called Mountains. Let's see if this will publish here. When you publish from this page, you get to put the location. That's cool. Here we go, that worked. Nuclear Family. It's already got a like, but it's got 0 listens. You gotta love that. I'm gonna call out who that was. Sean Bradley Ward. You liked my post? There's no listens yet. It's all good, dude. This guy, he plays in a band called Seven, S-E-V-V-V-E-N. S-E-V, big V, little V-E-N. He's here on BandLab. I don't think he has a record deal. If he does, I'm just not aware of it. I'm not that aware of what's going on with this guy. I can describe this. I have been playing guitar for well over 20 years. I have played both semi-professional and as a hobbyist. I have shared the stages with the bands like Disciple, 12 Stones, Soil, Deciphered Down, Paper Cut Massacre, Atom Ship, just to name a few. And he does do mixing. He does do commercial use of his songs and other things like that. I'm not saying he's in it for the money, but he definitely tries to get money out for what he's out of his work he's doing here. And he does offer things like mixing other people's songs. Pretty cool. It's amazing that this guy is at this level. Is as good, better, or way beyond, depending on which perspective you think of, than even me. And he's got a 400 and something, 500 and something followers. Should be closer to where I'm at. Just saying. Just saying. But I do a lot of work in the promo side of this app because I enjoy it. Very cool. All right, put this laptop away. Looks like that published correctly. Very cool. Oh, one thing I wanted to do before, actually, let me open this back up and do one thing. I wanted to change the name of the link to something more, where we go, here we go, project settings, and change the name of it to Nuclear Family, one word, and no numbers and no dash marks. Here we go. Update. So now I can send somebody the link, www.bandlab.com/idiotburns/nuclear family. Boom. And this is forkable. Close that up. Put that in the doorway so I remember to bring it out to my wife. And now I'm going to quickly type something in my notes and see if it works. I'm going to type that address in my notes and then click on it when it becomes a link. See if that works. There we go, clicking on it. And just trying to see. Well, that one didn't work. Try it again. Send it to Idiot Blog. Copy link. Go here to Idiot Blog. See what happens if it generates an image or what. Looks like it does. Send that to myself. Now click on it, see what happens. Goes into the page. There we go. 3 likes. 2 plays. Hell yeah. Might as well pin that one. Pin to top. Very well. Now a new one. Hit the font button, go to monospaced, type a little something like Oops. That's cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, there you go. That's over. That was a cover sample. I believe this one is an original. This is Follow You Down. Friday feature, Follow You Down. Cool sounding bass. Very cool. I follow you down. It's funny these days. We got some crazy shit going on online. You go online. My dad has a post. It's a post about this Senator Richard Blumenthal who lied about serving in Vietnam. He said he set foot in Vietnam. He said he was there, but he never set foot in Vietnam. He says the Kavanaugh election was a stain on the Supreme Court. But think about this guy. He's in the Senate after lying about being in Vietnam. That's called stolen valor. And then they put a fact check below anything my dad posts like this, right? It's funny because if you go to Snopes, it doesn't say that that's not true. It just says that he misspoke when he said it. Who the fuck misspoke? Who the fuck misspoke? Him himself said that he is in Vietnam when he wasn't? Fuck that. He should know he wasn't in Vietnam. Fucking dumbass piece of shit. That's not a misspeak. What's true, it says. Blumenthal made a handful, so multiple times, he made false and misleading statements about having served in Vietnam during the period of the American involvement in the war. Blumenthal says, those misrepresentations were totally unintentional. Even though he has had military service, he was not in Vietnam. Then they go on for forever about the Kavanaugh pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs about Kavanaugh. 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. They just keep going because he mentioned it so many times. So many times he mentioned it. 2008, 2010, 2006, 2004. Many, many times over the course of years he mentioned this. Oh, I misspoke. That's not misspeaking. Sorry, sir. You're a fucking liar. And that's probably how you got in the motherfucking Senate. You fucking piece of shit. This picture's too funny. I gotta show it to you. This song is called Apex Predator. And here's an Apex Predator for you. You see it? Who's sniffing Michelangelo right there? You tell me. Who is that? Mr. President Joe Biden out more than he can chew. Wow, what a blog. Music full of energy. Talked about some cool stuff, like get yourself a switching power supply. Not a solid state power supply, a switching power supply. You can take any cable, cut the end off of it that plugs into your wall and has a neutral, hot, and ground wire, and wire them in right here where it says live, neutral, and ground. Then you can put these cables, you know, the kind that plug into your pedals, look like this at the end. You know these ones, right? You know these ones, right, guys? You know these cables. You can cut the ends off of it and plug it right on in. Cut the ends off. You have some like this. Screw them right in here. And you can have positive tip or negative tip power supply. We also talked about how to get yourself in the contest this month. Hey Luella, what's going on? Oh, you got good stuff for your injury. You got a droplet guard. A droplet guard. It stops whole droplets. Shave butthole.
Who's supposed to bring me that bag? Come on.
My wife's Vaseline.
Really? It's not. Come on.
Careful, you're losing tops here. Oh, we also got Cream Puffs. Cream Puffs! That's my nickname! Ha ha ha! Put those right there for me. Alright, guys. Go get her on. Go make some music. I got a tune out. I haven't had a tune out in over a week. I haven't put anything out. So go find it. Go listen to it. I'm going to go share the hell out of it with the people. While watching my favorite show right now, Wicked Tuna. You guys have a nice evening. Enjoy your Metal Monday as we fade out to glory here on Idiot Blog. Episode 454. Holy shit, I've done a lot of these. Thanks for coming, Antiphon. Thanks for coming, Trifuck. Thanks for coming, Jeff Pigeon. And thanks for showing up, Michaela King. Oh, Kring. This is your Idiot Blog. Host, Idiot Burns. Saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening.